Hello, everybody. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day's Bottles. Okay, it's live action Monday evening, and this is the third video made for today. And of course, the choice of the build today is going to be on the Aurora Models 1956 Classic B26 Marauder. Okay, I went ahead and sanded down the seams there already. Wet and dry sandpaper, same thing on the nacelles are at. I put some gray primer on it, and right now it probably needs a. Well, looks pretty good. I don't think it needs more filler there. That's all right. Yeah, I don't think it needs it. It looked like it did. Yeah, right here. A little more filler right there. But I got to fill in here on the wing roots, top and bottom. I'm going to go ahead and apply some super glue in here. I'm not super glue, but sprue glue. This is sure as a hefty looking B26. Okay, what we're going to do on the Marauder, I'm going to go ahead and put the undercarriage on this thing. And after that, we're going to go ahead and apply putty on the top surfaces of the wings, where the wing joints go to the fuselage, and also the bottom, as I mentioned a couple seconds ago. Add the undercarriage today. Now, the way this thing's designed, the way it looks, you can see the scale landing gear doors. You can see how they are recessed on the bottom of the nacelles. Now, you can make the thing an in-flight version if you wish, or you can add the undercarriage. The undercarriage is undercarriage for this thing. Not detailed compared to the monogram one, frog kit, the Revell ones, or what else out there on the Marauder. This is primitive stuff back in those days. And I can remember at one time this model first came out. I mean, this thing was everybody couldn't wait to get their hands on one of these. I think we got the scale wrong on this thing. I know darn well this is not 1/48 scale because I compared my monogram one up to it. Monogram one is small. Hell, the wings come up out here where my thumbs are at. So you got it's pretty oversized. It's pretty good. You can see the size of my hand. And a little more bigger, a little more of this, about a good quarter-inch more bigger all around. This thing would be 1/32 scale. But it's big. As you can tell, it's big. And I tell you, it's heavy too. The polyurethane plastic used that day was very, very, very hard plastic. It's almost similar to that as the ceramic plastic they use on the government models, recognition models. I mean, I tell you, you can take those, you can take a recognition model, take it, and just throw it against the wall, it'll never break. This will. But I would not suggest it, or I shouldn't even mention it, but just trying to give you an example of the strength of plastic. Okay, I'm going to turn around on our back. We're going to assemble the undercarriage on this thing. I'll talk a little bit about it, everything. I'm gonna. I'm glad I had sense enough to put all these parts in my back because I had to think such a long time, guys. And I figured the smartest thing I could possibly do is you got the transparencies there, and all the big old paddle blade props it had. In a way, I wish it had the big old spinner. This here is the nose undercarriage door. Hideous as hell. I gotta clean it up too. Everything. And it fits right about here. Just rests like that. It looks hideous. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to get rid of this, discard it. Let's go ahead and glue the doors on the recessed lines of the hunt and go from there. These things are hideous looking. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that won't be too bad there. I'll go ahead and leave it like it is. Okay, we're going to start out with the nose undercarriage. And I'm going to clean it up, but it's still the same. Okay, cleanup time. Boy, the plastic's awful hard to trim with these things. Real hard plastic they used. When you're always sanding parts, fellas, like I say, you always use a file board or make yourself a makeshift block. Use a contact cement or rubber cement, whatever you want to use, and glue to a wooden block. Always use something like this. Like I say, if you use your hands like that, you leave a mark of an amateur. You don't want to do that. Oh, okay. Got that pretty well cleaned up right there. Right here, that's where the nose gear glues to. I was about ready to cut these off as we had glue the doors on the side of the fuselage, on the bottom of the fuselage. But I hate ain't no locating thing about landing gear. I don't want to screw things up. So, like I said, I'm building this thing out of the box. And just pure old school modeling, guys. Now we'll start to have wheels down now. I bought this back in 1969. The first one I bought back in 1956. It's in a box, in storage. Wheels are up. Because I remember my father, he got it, I think he bought it for me, I guess just for the hell of it. My dad was always buying me models all the time. My dad has supported me quite well. And I guess when the B26 came out in 1956, because I already got that B25 in 1957. But I got this before, well, the one I got in storage before I got that B25 over here. And I was like, wow, Dad, man, that's a nice looking bomber. Yeah, it's a B26 Marauder. Opened it up and said, man, it's a big model, Dad. Yes, it is. And, built it and had a good time. And I said, say, Dad, they don't give you much for the wheels there, don't they? I said, no, they don't. I think they did that for two reasons. You can glue the wheels down there or just leave them up. Why don't you just leave them up? You got a nice display stand. Because all you got to do is stick some sprue in there and fill those holes in and leave the wheels up. There you go. Make a good government desk model, too. Man, well, pick this thing up sure brings back a lot of memories to me. I mean, a lot. Okay, now we get the main undercarriage doors cleaned up, installed. One, two. I inventory this thing, make sure all the parts are all there. Like I say, they were running wild there in the box because I had this box, model box, inside a box. And I know parts weren't going to get loose there, but when they got loose there, like I found them, I went and inventoried the whole kit. I put a little sandwich baggies right here so I know everything's there. Then you got flash on it. Give you something to do. These things weren't too expensive. Think about $2.49 it cost. And I like Aurora kits. Aurora kits, they're not too bad. Some of them are junk and like that of Lindbergh. And most of them aren't. I think the best stuff that Aurora Plastics produces is the World War One category. And they're very extremely, of course, all models were cheap back in those days. What's good about those World War One jobs, they had little activity things you can hook up, you can add to. Yeah, it's all clean, ready for installation. I got three more to go. One thing they forget they didn't do in this kit, I don't think it was really important or an oversight. On the rear undercarriage, there should be a blister back there. So when landing gear folds up, you can see a little bulge right there where the wheel fits in there. But it wasn't done in this kit. No big deal. Being a young lad, get to handle something like that back in those days, man, it was beautiful. We played with them and everything. Nowadays, you play with these things nowadays as a young kid, they'll laugh at you, think you're nuts. That's why you go back and look at these old YouTube videos, toys in the 1960s, and all the kids playing with stuff. Back in those days, we had nothing but imagination. Imagination was limited if you want to become limited. We had fun. We had one guy's be a Japanese, one guy's be an American, and pretty soon we said, yeah, I'm getting tired of being Japanese. I want to be American for a change. Well, I have these Japanese airplanes. I'll tell you what I do. Let me trade you off. Let me play with yours, you play with mine. All right, that's fine. That'll work. That's what we did. Another thing, too, people don't understand nowadays, model aviation is very educational. Not only for the plane itself, it's for the people who've flown them and when it's done. Undercarriage number two, all cleaned up, bright ventilation. I got two more. Yeah, we play with these things all the time. Have a blast. Didn't cost us a nickel, a dime, or nothing. If it cost you anything, it was the cost of the kit. Everything else is just having fun, being a child. That's another thing I noticed about today's society. Children aren't allowed to be children no more. By the time a child's four, by the time a child is 5, 6 years old, he or she's got a cell phone. And believe you me, I kid you not, they know how to operate them too. They're pretty fast when it comes to theirs. When I talk about little children, one thing that really upsets me more than anything. The only time I get on Facebook is when I post my builds or keep in touch with my family, with my daughters. That is it. Although this video is not made for children, I'm quite certain of that. It don't stop them from looking me up. I just found this out yesterday when I was at work that my coworkers, the girls I work with at the job, their kids are on my channel. Watch this stuff, so you gotta kind of keep the language down. Like when I say, guys, you gotta keep things down and low in tone. Anyway, using profanities and stuff like that. But anyway, like I was getting back to Facebook. Turn on Facebook, and there's a guy standing there with a schlong hanging out. Well, I see that. I said, my God, that ain't all children. Next time I do it again, there's a girl sitting there, undecent, sitting there. And they don't understand they got kids to get on there to see stuff like that. And automatically their innocence are taken away. To me, I don't like stuff like this. I'm an old school fart in the wind, and we didn't have such garbage like that before. I mean, there's so much hypocrisy and stuff like that nowadays. It's okay for them to censor you if you mention something they don't like. They'll cut you off, throw you in Facebook jail for Facebook brig for about 30 days, whatever it is. But they permit stuff like that. Pot calling the kettle black. I reported to them, told them to knock the stuff off. I don't know if it took heat or not, but I don't like stuff like that. I'm a great grandfather and a granddaddy and a father and all one pair of pants. And I don't want my kids seeing stuff like that or anybody else's children. I stick up for everybody else's children just as much as I do my own. Undercarriage, main undercarriage door number 3. Got one more to go. Yeah, everything nowadays is so diabolic. Diabolic. This country needs a good shot of God. That's what this country needs. We got to have God back in our country. We want to have Him back. We're food for the sharks, boys, girls. I'm not sad about that jazz, but I'm enjoying this. So that's not bothering me. I'm just against it. Okay, it's not bad. I got the tires too. Big wheels. Those wheels look like they're about. Uh, let's see how they pan out. Anybody gets their hands on one of these things, 5-year-old child could build it without no sweat. Okay, main on the cage jar number 4, all done. I have all 4 of them all done. Now we're going to go ahead and cement the wheels together and install stains at the bottom of the nacelles. Oh yeah, this is the nose. Yeah, that's a 30 caliber. That's a big ass 30 caliber for 148 scale. This thing's like I say, I figured it out by using math and it come down to this thing's 146 scale. So back in those days, they probably knew better too. Didn't say, well, no, we'll just keep it clean. We'll just break even, call it 148. Now here's your main undercarriage right there. Glued right to the tire. But it's not bad though. You gotta have acceptance that this kid is a 60-something-year-old kid. It's been around for a long, long time. And with good modeling skills and taking your time, you can make these things into a silk purse. Take it from a sow's ear. Oh, that was the propeller retainer. Nose wheel. Close these up. Yeah, the retainers for the props they spent. I got a better idea. Okay, got the last tire here to clean up. These tires are about the size of a quarter of a 1960s or 1970 quarter. Nowadays, quarters are sizes nickels. So this give you a good size how big this thing is. With your eyes all sand down real well, get that sand out of there. It's big. See how big these Humboldt? This is for scale reference. See how big this Humboldt 10 is? That's how big the thing tire is. Yeah, we get models like this back in 1950s. You slap glue, slap paint on within 2 hours. Out there playing with them. And I tried that one time, and I made a lot of boo boos. I sit there and look at it while I'm doing my homework, and said, "Man, if I would have slowed down, this damn thing would have came out miles better than what it is." But the thing about it is, I've got to too much in a hurry. So that's what happens. I always go slow anyway. I watch videos, not time lapse, but man, some of these guys build just like that, paint, finish them up. I don't know how the hell they can do that. I could not do that. Well, look at it, guys. If you're gonna pay a couple of $100 for a model, get your money's worth. Money's worth is time. It took a long time to get $200, so why not put it in your modeling? That's the way I look at it. Put those in there into a box where it comes from. Okay, two main undercarriage tires joined together, and I got the nose wheel do now. Well, these instructions are very pictorial. You just look at it and it builds itself. You just have a paper route, cut lawns, find Coke bottles. Man, we used to buy these roar kits all the time. They're not really bad. I like them a lot more better than Lindbergh. Lindbergh's okay. There's only a couple of Lindbergh kits that they did a pretty good job on. That Minesweeper is one of them, and that big destroyer they got, the Blue Devil, it's not bad. The rest, I don't know. But Aurora is pretty much on their own. Max Models is an excellent biography of all these model manufacturers. He's a very informative person. I mean, very knowledgeable of all this stuff. He does a very good job narrating all these old model companies and everything. And he does a very good job doing that stuff. So go to his channel and you'll learn something or two. Okay. Got the main undercarriage done, tire joined to the. Now I'll take a swig of this root beer, put it on the back, and install the same. Ugh. Exactly where it goes. That's what I thought. See that nose wheel here where my finger's at? No, ain't there. Right here. I was about ready to cut that bracket out right there. That's where that little groove was that for that wheel to fit there. I'm glad I cut that out of there. It was up and screwed. Like I say, you just got to accept the fact this thing is just an old model. There it is. It's like an olive drab plastic. Okay, children, I'll flip her on the back. Install the undercarriage. I'll let it dry. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. The only way it goes. That's the only way. The right way is the only way. Uh, okay. But now sanding down the seam lines off these main tires. Nose is okay. One thing good about this hard plastic, it sounds really easy. Another good thing too about when you sand those seams down real good. I got a little more sand to do right there. It kind of scuffs up a little bit when you put paint on them like that. Gives them a little effect that's been wear and tear. A little more. Yeah, that's good smooth, buddy. Put the primer in that thing and paint it. Once upon a time, there was a seam there, but not anymore. It's got nice recesses around the hub right there where the wheel joins together. That way, you put the paint on very, very wet, it'll just capillary action will go around that rim without trying it, without the wild bus. Okay, yep, that's how it goes. That's how she goes, my friends. hold for a little bit so it'll set like the lock on you. Boy, I think the excellent. Let's sit there and rest for a while. Okay. All right. I'm going to take about a 5 minute break. I'll be right back in about 5 minutes. I'll get me some more root beer. And I'll be right back and we'll model on and go on with the rest of the undercarriage and we'll go ahead and fill her and that'll be it. Guys, get yourself a fresh drink or fresh snack, whatever you want to do. And be back with you in about 5 minutes. Be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Got me a fresh root beer right here. Hope you guys got a fresh snack. Or take care of the little ones and mama. See everything's okay. And back and join me here a little bit here. Okay, this is the last main gear right there. I get that all sanded down real well. It's nice and smooth. Yeah, but primer and paint like that, be gone. Okay, there's a little preview here. Once I get the other undercarriage on, I'll go ahead and put the doors on. We'll do that now. Okay, Widowmaker, I'll put you on your back. The B26 Widowmaker. Yeah, the B26 Widowmaker came out probably late 1942 sometime. And they were a state of the art airplane. They were a lot much different than what those pilots at the time were flying. Most of those guys were flying Harvards, B-18 Bolo bombers, AT-17 Kansas, which is a Beechcraft twin-tail aircraft. They use them with a big old greenhouse nose. Use it for training bombardiers. Wow, that hole, what happened there? Oh, I see you. There we go. Yeah, when the B-26 came out, they had a very bad reputation. It killed a lot of people because they didn't know how to fly the airplane. The aircraft had a computer in it. It was state of the art, and it was so new, people that didn't know how to fly it. See, the airplane was designed. See, at the time, the Air Force was looking for a bomber that can actually defend itself by speed, like the Mosquito bomber, or like the Heinkel 111, the Blitz bomber, Schnell bomber, we call it. And the B-26 were the same way. But the problem was he had inexperienced air crews that had no idea. And every day, the guys were getting killed. They had a slogan, one a day in Tampa Bay. And a lot of guys that volunteered to fly these things were beginning to hear stories, scuttlebutt going around, how dangerous these things are. And a lot of them turned in their wing hawk to fly these things. And of course, a lot of them had a choice: either be mess officers or fly B-18 Bolo bombers somewhere, do submarine duty. But with all these deaths involved, people getting killed, the Army was getting skittish. They're saying, "Well, so what's going on with these marauders? Every day we're hearing casualty rates on it." So one guy they summons out was old Jimmy Doolittle. Jimmy Little at the time was the best fight they ever had, and the man came down and did some troubleshooting. And he got aboard a B-26, took a couple of guys on there, went up there, did all kinds of aerobatics and everything, brought it in real quick, and landed. And all the air crews said, "Well, heck, if he can do that, we can do that too," which is true. And he formed a school, taught mechanics how to work on these things, and had a school, had trainers and instructors. He'd go out and get the best guys there and train and make instructors out of them that can actually fly the thing with no problem. And once that was achieved, overcome, the B-26 Marauder became one hell of a bomber. It was like that of the Flying Fortress. They could take a lot of beating and so come back for more and go back out the next day and do the same thing over again. It was a very fast bomber. See, actually, it was a bomber that flew like a fighter plane. The problem was those guys that come in for a landing and stall out because the airplane didn't have enough thrust to go across the wings. Wings didn't have much. They didn't have much of a wing loading. The wings are very short. That's the reason why uh, General Doolittle at the time decided he didn't want to use the B-26 because it was in experimentations and it was being checked out, and they more or less was going through problems, and they had to make sure that they were able to be checked out so the Army Air Force could use them. They were actually being tested by test pilots a lot, and they were one hell of a bomber when they overcome the problems with it. The problems was, guys, more or less, is that these pilots were inexperienced, never been in combat before, never flown anything like this before. And it's all new. The controls, the feel of the airplane, the nature of it is different compared to what they've been flying from before. So they had to get used to the idea they're playing something that's more modern than all of them had never flown before. Okay, we'll check the undercarriage, see if it's straight. The other one, we'll get the undercarriage doors on. Very good. Here we go. Beautiful. That's it. I'm ready to go back and back that off with some ACC glue, super glue. Those holes, problem is the holes are a lot more bigger than the locating pins for undercarriage to go through. I think I'll back that up after it. Maybe. Well, I'm having a blast building this whole thing. There we go, guys. This feels pretty nose heavy too. I want to go set it. Well, I'm gonna try it right now. I'm gonna let the undercarriage dry a little bit. Yeah. I think before I add any more filler to this thing, I'll let this thing dry, guys. I'm afraid I'm gonna bop those wheels because I gotta add filler in the bottom and also here. I'll probably do it off camera, and from there on, I'm gonna mask the windows and everything right here. We'll do that for live action. I got one live action video on this thing, and we're gonna call it a wrap for live action. And I'm gonna finish this thing off camera, which ain't too far away, guys, as you can tell. It's pretty much done already. The B26 Widowmaker. That'd be nice if Atlantis or Glencoe get their hands on one of these and produce it out there for people to build. And also, beginning to wonder also if the molds of this thing still exist. A lot of the molds were destroyed during fires and such. Sterling models out of Pennsylvania, they were a balsa wood company. They made a lot of balsa wood airplanes and ships. They've been out of business probably by 1980. In Aurora, a lot of their molds got destroyed somehow from a fire. Something happened to them. Other than for Max models, they're talking about Aurora models. And Eventually, they had something wrong with the molds. A lot of them were destroyed. They couldn't use it anymore. What's left, it's around either Atlantis models got it or Glencoe's got it. Yeah, this model's not difficult at all to build, guys. It goes together very easily. I mean, a child of 6 or 7 years old, or even 5 years old, can build one of these. There's no fit issues at all building this thing. Just glue together and go out to slap some paint on it, put some decals on it, go outside and play and shoot down a few measurements with it, with your friends, and have a good time. This is one kind of model, guys. One kind of a company that don't exist no more. Oh yeah, I'll mean to show you this too. I got this out of my storage. I found it in a box. It's all sealed. I paid 98 cents for that. Let me show you something. That's how models were back in my days when I was young. See the serial number right there? You got that 98 right there? That's how much they cost back then. You go to a hobby shop, pull out the shelf, you look at the cost, 98 cents. You take it, go up to the tenant, and it writes you out 98 cents, be $1.04. Write you out a receipt and give it to you. Have a nice day. That's how it was back in my world. Okay, I think I'm gonna call this video a wrap tonight, live action, guys. I did enough on this thing. I already got the undercarriage glued down, and with the undercarriage doors all glued in there, and well, the thing's sitting before doing any priming. Let's see if we got the landing gear right there. The landing gear door. There we go. It's still wet. There we go. Yeah, I got to straighten out the landing gear door. Make sure they're right. Yep, they're perfect now. Okay, I let this big boy dry overnight. And we'll have another live action one day this week and do a little bit of work on it, and everything else will be off camera, and the final reveal will follow. Okay, I got the TBD over there by Monogram. That's Chris Montel's tribute build to Classic Plastic 101. I got to finish that up. And I've got the Helldiver going good. I got the wing all primed, sanded and primed. I got the cape and interplane struts all sanded down there and glued on there. And attaching the wing, probably live action on that, probably coming up too. I got the Helldiver over here, SBC, SV2C going. So I got a lot of stuff, Just be busy. Mojo's hitting pop back up again. Knocking the videos out like I used to years ago. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me here for the past hour or so on this live action build of this classic kit of the Aurora 1/46 scale B26 Marauder, a time capsule of a model that captivates the collector and enthusiast. And it sure captivates me. Alrighty, guys, I'm out of here. Make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Stay focused when you drive. Spend wisely. Beware of your surroundings. Summer here is starting to cook now. We're starting to get hot outside. It's time for outdoor activities. Have a barbecue. At nighttime, bring out the glue. Build a model. Like Steve Avery says, let's do it models. Get kid crazy and just model on. And that'll be it for me. This is it for the V26. It for me. And I'd like to have everybody have a nice evening. And we'll catch you guys on the next video. It'll probably be on TBD Devastator or SBC 3 Helldiver. And, so I got them coming to you. Get those videos up to you guys as fast as I can. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. I'm not tired. I got to get to work tomorrow. It's about 11:20 right now, my time, Ohio time, Eastern time. And around the other parts of the world, I don't have a clue how time it is, but it's different here. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. I'm signing off. This is Frankie Day Model signing off, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. So please stay posted for that. Take care, guys, and thank you again for all my new subscribers, and also the views and also the comments. I appreciate it very much, guys. I really do. I'm very honored. Thank you, guys. God bless you all. We'll catch you next video. Frankie Day Model signing out.